Susan Ashbrook, and you're watching Equine VIP, because if it's about horses, we cover it. We're in Wellington, Florida to interview accomplished Grand Prix rider Georgina Bloomberg. You know, Georgina is also the daughter of New York City's Mayor Bloomberg, which might explain why she knows a thing or two about giving back. She has her own charity called Rider's Closet, and we're going to hear all about that today. Let's go meet Georgina. Georgina, thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely, thanks for coming.
We noticed that there's a theme here at your farm, a New York City theme.
Yeah, this is actually Gotham South. Our barn in North Salem, New York is Gotham North. It really represents having, me growing up in the city in New York, which is Gotham, and also growing up in North Salem and splitting my time and having kind of two lives, going to school in the city and then going up to the country to ride. And just coming down here, we wanted to do something that reflected that, so it worked well for Gotham South.
We noticed the names of some of the horses.
Yes, I just actually started doing that about a year and a half ago. I had a couple of young horses coming in and was talking to some people about names, and they said, why don't you do something with New York? Obviously, I'm from New York, and I'm, very proud to be representing the city and to be able to put that into the names. That's
terrific. There are lots of little boys and girls that dream of riding horses. Were you one of those that dreamed of riding horses?
Yeah, absolutely. I originally started riding because my older sister Emma started to ride, and it was just something that we did on the weekends as a hobby. And then I started showing when I was 6, and as soon as I started competing, I really fell in love with it. Competing is what I love. I've always been competitive and loved sports, and going in there and having the chance to win is what I love the most.
When did you recognize that you were going to be a professional, that you were leaving the hobby behind and it was becoming serious for you?
When I was about 19, I got a chance to go on a developing riders tour with the USET to Scandinavia and actually to compete and represent the US, and just kind of saw what was available to riders and what I could really do if I worked very hard, and to get a taste of what it's like over in Europe, and fell in love with it then.
Now, we watched you ride today in a Grand Prix competition, and you got a second, which is amazing. It was really fun to watch.
Thank you.
What does it take to become a Grand Prix rider? I mean, I think of words like fearless, bravery, determination.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all of the above. I think, you have to go in there and, really believe that you can win. It takes a lot of work to get to that level, though. I've put a lot of work in, a lot of years in. We work every day and really, work on getting to know the horses, getting a good relationship with them. But to be a Grand Prix rider will take a lot of people, a lot of work, and absolutely, I think you have to be a little fearless.
Can you tell us what your competitive goals are for this year?
This season is actually kind of a rebuilding year. I have a couple of young horses and a couple of new horses that I want to get to know. There's no major championship this year, so really this year is just about becoming very competitive and consistent at the top level, and then being considered as a real player for the 2010 World Equestrian Games.
Do you have any advice for young riders?
Really just to stick with it. Everybody has bad years. We fall off. We have years where we can't get a ribbon. I've had many of them. It's very important not to get discouraged, and to really realize that for every bad year you have, you're going to have a good one, and to really enjoy the good ones and to appreciate that success, but then to know that you can be at the bottom very quickly again and to keep working hard.
Some of our viewers love to hear about products that top riders like yourself recommend or have discovered recently. I know you're sponsored by Ariat and Audi, and maybe there's some products that you've been using this season or recently that you want to talk about?
Absolutely. I've been really lucky with some great sponsors that have really helped me achieve my goals and been there for me. Audi has obviously been a very good sponsor for me because they're outside of the horse show world, which brings a little bit more recognition and is a really great name to carry. Ariat has been super. It's a brand that I love. I'm very supportive of all their products and have gotten very involved in helping them, reach out to new customers to see what trends are coming around. I've been able to work with them a little bit on the fashion side, which is something that I'd love to do, in creating different lines and putting different fabrics together, giving them ideas. It's been really great. But their base is really something that is a nice idea for women riders, and everything is stylish, but it's also comfortable and it's great performance.
So, Georgina, I first read about Rider's Closet in the New Yorker magazine, and I thought, oh, it's just such a great idea. How did you come up with this idea?
Thank you. Yeah, it's actually an idea that I started almost 5 years ago, and I had to clear out a closet of mine that I had some old riding clothes in, and it was all in very good condition. I'm the youngest one in the family and just didn't really know what to do with the clothing. I contacted a few therapeutic riding centers, but they don't use a lot of show clothes sometimes, so I didn't really have an outlet to donate them. I kind of put the idea on the back burner for a little bit, and I started classes at NYU, and I became very good friends with a girl who was on the equestrian team there. And she said to me that she was having trouble being able to afford the clothing and was going to have to quit the team. And at that point, it just kind of, connecting the dots, and thought, if I can get people to donate clothing and, put in a little bit of effort and time, I could help a lot of people.
But you can't run it yourself. You have a full-time job here and career.
I actually do. I've had a little bit of help, but I do all the unpacking. I do all the paperwork myself. I keep everything organized, and every request that I get, I pack the box and I send it out. I do have a couple of families that help me in New York, which have been great, where they can come and work for me for the day, folding, organizing, and in return they get whatever they need for their own horses and for riding. So that's been really great. I've had a lot of support in it, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. And at some point, I'd love to expand and to have other people helping me and to be able to get to more people quicker.
Yeah.
But right now, it's something that, for me, I love doing it. I get pleasure out of every box that I pack. Every time somebody writes me a thank you note, it's worth it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can you tell us what kind of products that you're looking for? So if somebody's watching this, they'll know what they can donate?
Really any riding clothing, breeches, boots. I get a lot of requests for boots,
okay.
Show jackets, show shirts, any other supplies that people might have I can take. I don't usually take helmets, but if you have a helmet that's new or that's in good condition that hasn't been through a fall, I'll definitely take it. I don't usually take tack, but again, if there's something like a saddle that is brand new or something that is in very good condition, I can always find a home for it.
Right. And how do people find you?
I have a website, riderscloset.org, where people can actually go on and make a request, which I get, and then I can get in contact with them and fill their request. And they can also get the address to donate and to send.
Super. One of our sponsors is horselovers.com, which is an amazing online catalog with great prices. And when I told them that I was going to be interviewing you and a little bit about your charity, they were very happy to send you a gift certificate of $250.
Wow, thank you.
And they hope that that'll help and influence a rider somewhere. And
that's super. Yeah, thank you so much.